Okay, I've come to realize that we're sending out some videos on how to do fun stuff in Zoom. And for some of you, you've never set up a Zoom meeting or scheduled a Zoom meeting or even installed Zoom for yourself. All you've ever done is attend them. So I want to show you that. Well, the first thing is you go to Zoom. So in the browser, it's zoom.us. You can do zoom.com. It ends up in the same place, but zoom.us. And you're going to get an option to sign up for free. If you go to sign up, click sign up for free. It's going to ask you for your birth date. Then it's going to ask you for your work email. You're going to put in your district email, and then it's going to send an automatic email to your district email for you to verify that email address. But use your district email. Okay, that's an important part. I can't go through that obviously because I already have an account. So now I'm going to go ahead and sign in and show you some of the stuff. So one of the things that I decided to do so that I could show you this was I uninstalled the Zoom Meetings app from my computer, the Meetings client. But that'll automatically happen for you the first time that you start a meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule a meeting. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and schedule and host a meeting with the video on. That's the top button right there. It says if you have Zoom client installed, launch meeting, otherwise download and run Zoom. So I got to do that, but I only have to do that the first time. Okay? I'm doing it again because I uninstalled it so that I could show this to you all. But it's going to download here. I'm going to install it. It's really only going to take a moment. This is a very small piece of software, so it's only going to take a second. And we're going to wait while I do it, just so that I could show you it from the beginning. Of it you'll have to have when you go run a meeting. But I can go back to my Zoom account because I'm actually going to host a meeting right now. So here I am. I have an account. Now I've installed the Zoom Cloud Meetings. So there's a couple of different ways. I was trying to launch that fake meeting, but I don't want it to happen because it's going to screw up my video. Okay. Simple stuff here. You can schedule a meeting here. You give it a name, you give it a date, you can make it reoccurring. There's this other video that I created. If it's going to be a meeting that you want to link in Teams, you actually don't want to generate it here. What you want to do is generate it in Teams. It'll automatically show up in here because you'll have used your district account for that as well, and then you're going to edit them in here. So it's just going to show up on the My Meetings page. I don't have any because I went and deleted all the ones that I had, but you're actually going to want to end up scheduling those Teams meetings in there. You can join a meeting from here. You can host a meeting automatically. So I'm not going to show you the schedule because I did all that in there. I'm going to go ahead and do what I was just doing and start a meeting so that I can show you some of the controls here. So this is going to be kind of goofy because you're going to see me in two places. I'm in a meeting. It's not using my camera because I'm already using my camera to make this video for you. But I just wanted to show you a couple of the features in here when you're in a meeting. So the first one is when you host a meeting, when you open a meeting, everybody that's in it, if you click on this participants page, you'll see everybody listed over here. You can also click on the chat and see the chat over here on the left. I'm cutting off. I gotta maybe make this screen a little bit smaller so that you can see both things. Okay, if I click on this, I can close it. I can pop it out. Now it's only the chat. I can pop out that chat and have it on a different part of my screen. Maybe you've seen some of that. As a host, though, you can also share your screen and then it gives you choices as to what it is that you're going to show to everybody in the meeting. So I can click on share screen, and then people would well, now they're just looking at this. That's hard for you to understand, but I'm sharing part of my screen. If I would share, I was sharing the part of the screen that had me in the video. And this is going to be me sharing the entire screen. Now all the other people will be looking at exactly what you are all looking at now. And we have these other controls up here. We have the reactions. If I had a bunch of participants, there's options up here. If I clicked on this, there would actually be an opportunity to mute this person. I can mute people individually. I've got a thing down here in the bottom right, if you can see that, where I can mute everybody. I have some other options that I can change in here that allow, I can turn off, allow participants to unmute themselves. I think in classrooms, that's probably a good one. If I mute a student, I don't want them to be able to just click and turn themselves back on. I want to have complete control over who's muted and who is not muted, right? So I can do that. The waiting room always has to be enabled if you're working with students, because you don't want anybody crashing the meeting without you knowing who they are, okay? You can also block the meeting once everybody that is supposed to be there is there, and that'll prevent that as well. Mute participants upon entry. You can choose to do that or not do that. I don't know, whatever bothers you, but you can see these. Allow participants to rename themselves. Initially, you might want to do that because if they click on their link, depending on what they're logged in at, it might be their parent's name, it might be some other name. You might want to allow them to rename themselves. Little warning, they could rename themselves as like loading, and then it would like make it look like they're loading. I don't know. So there's not much to it other than that. If you go to end a meeting, you can just click end. I can either leave the meeting by myself and leave everybody else there, or I can end the meeting for all. That's it. There's also a record button in there. I forgot to talk about it. Maybe I should have, but I think it's pretty straightforward. If you have questions, again, this is something there were a lot of people in the building, but Ms. Dowling and myself were trying to help people with these things because we think that Zoom meetings has a lot of great features that allow you to have a collaborative classroom even when we're online. Okay.